Hello everyone and welcome to CFC Fan TV. This is my post-match review where Chelsea have just drawn against Everton 0-0 outside the bridge. I'm going to keep this short because I hate 0-0 games. I think they just display a poor effort all round, and although a lot of you want to blame Morata for the majority of this, it wouldn't be fair today because I thought the whole team collectively were really poor. I think Kante's passing was off, and we don't really say that very often about a player, but and everyone knows I was Big's advocate, but I don't want to be biased and say that he had a good game when he clearly didn't. I don't think Sarri made the right substitutions, although it's quite hard to say because we had a very good team out today. We had a very strong team. Kovacic has been brilliant since he's come to the club, but he didn't have the best game today. And I think the main thing to take from it is that, if Hazard isn't having the game of his life, and by that I mean I don't think he was poor today, I just don't think he was the best he's ever been, which means that we have no goals in the team after that. Morata, again, yes, he was offside a lot, and fans are very angry about that, but I think the main thing to take from that, again, is that he's not consistent enough to score every game. His stats this season aren't horrendous, but overall we didn't put the ball in the back of the net today. Everton were good today. They're not a top 4 side by any means, but I did know today that it was going to be probably one of our hardest games this season, because they have got some very good players. But I did expect a few more goals. I expected a few more goals from both sides, really. I think their goalkeeper had a very good game. I know we hit the bar a couple of times, but there's a bit in the second half where we just come back, and he made a save just in the corner. And I think if that had gone in, it would have been slightly different. It would have given us a bit of confidence. But I think we ran out of ideas in the end, and everything that we tried just wasn't really working. So, yeah, if we're going to take any positives, I suppose Rudiger had an okay game. He really is becoming our most solid defender. I think it was Dave for years, but I think I don't want to blame Dave again too much because we've moved him around so much since he's come to the club, and I think eventually he will settle into that role. It just wasn't our game today. It wasn't our day, and sorry, bringing on Barkley I don't think that made much of an impact in the end, did it? Because I think it was a bit too late on, and Sarri's been very good with making substitutions in all of our games so far, and he has set a new record for the most games unbeaten as a manager. But it's a bit of a shame, really, because I think if you look at it, just because we go unbeaten for the whole season doesn't mean we're going to win the league. You have to win games. Winning games is what wins you the league, and all bar hoping that City lose today, which I think is unlikely. These are the games we need to pick up points in, because I think if this is City, they're winning that game. So, again, like I said, we've got an international break now, and then we're on to Tottenham. This was one of our strongest teams today, if not our strongest. So we need to make sure that we correct everything that we did wrong today, because I think if we see this game at Tottenham, then we're going to lose 2-3-0, hands down. So I hope after the international break we come back a little bit stronger. I hope we can correct things. I would start Morata in the game against Tottenham. I think it's too early to say. You never know who's going to get injured during the international break, but fingers crossed we maintain our full squad, and that there aren't any serious injuries, and that Hazard is we have to hope that Hazard is back to his full fitness. He has been out for a little bit, but I expect that 2 weeks' time on a Saturday evening for him to be having the game of his life. We need him to, because without him I think we're going to really struggle. So comment below, let me know what you thought of today's game. Like I said, there aren't really many positives to take from it. A lot of negatives, a lot of sloppy passing, and we just couldn't make anything happen, which is a bit of a shame. But hopefully in 2 weeks' time we correct that, because it's my favourite away day of the season, and we really need to make sure we have a good game for that one. So I'll see you there.